Good morning. Today is Thursday, May 8th, and we are having our Mother's Day sale this week. So 25% all plants until Saturday. Saturday, May 10th is the last day for that. And I am going to do a video walkthrough of the nursery to show you what is in stock. All right, so we have some fun little succulent planters here. If your mom needs a bedpan succulent planter, we've got them. Also a chicken feeder planter there. Those planters are $28 minus the 25%. The Triple Crown blackberries, we've got a bunch that did not take. We have like maybe 3 left that are all right. Just one strawberry left there that's doing well. The red raspberries, this is Georgia Red. It's a summer thornless raspberry. And is an everbearing yellow raspberry. Jewel, we have a few Jewel in quart pots. 1 gallon pot back there, that's black raspberry. Lots of elderberries still, wildwood, ranch, Marge, lots of Marge, wildwood. I don't know if we still have any Bob Gordon back there. I think we might be out of Bob Gordon. Honeyberries. These are the pollinators here. We've got Check 17, Honeybee, Indigo Treat, Indigo Gems, and Svetlana. Coming around here to the blueberries. We have lots of Blu-ray in quart pots, some gallon pots of Blu-ray. Aurora, just 1 quart of that left. The rest are all gallons. Polaris in gallons and 2 gallons. St. Cloud in 2 gallons. Hannah's Choice and Patriot and Blue Crop. Some Autumn Brilliant Serviceberry. Those are a tier 2 plant. So the tier 1 plants are 16 in this size. Tier 2 are 24 in that same size. Phillips High Bush Cranberry in quart pots. So all of the tier 1 quarts are 8. All right, Aronia berries, also known as black chokeberry. Nero, seedlings of Nero. Mackenzie in 2 gallon pots there, and lots of gallons of Mackenzie, Viking, and Nero. We still have a decent amount of Gummies, Carmine, and Sweet Scarlet. Oh, those are a tier 2 plant as well. The Flying Dragon Trifoliate Orange starting to leaf out nicely. We've got those in the little 3-inch pots for $4 and quarts for $8. We have a few Yuzu citrus, which are not quite hardy here. They're zone 7. They're basically like a large lemon. Some actual lemons, improved Meyer lemon. These are not hardy at all. These are for keeping inside or in a greenhouse. 1 red mulberry there in a gallon pot. Lots of figs. Mostly potted up to gallons now. So we've got Danny's Delight, Floria, Improved Celeste, Abu George, Celeste, Violette Dauphin, Violette de Bordeaux, Brooklyn White, Magnolia, 1 Magbar left back there. Lots and lots of Syrian Dark in quarts and gallons. Rhone de Bordeaux and Violette de Bordeaux. And then we have a few larger figs down below with the bigger trees that I'll show you. Some Amorpha fruticosa, the false indigo bush, 1 lonely little sycamore tree there. a bunch of Kentucky coffee tree in 2 gallons and gallons, red bud in gallons and quarts, thornless seedling honey locusts in quarts. And now these, so the seedling honey locusts, about 10% of them do end up with thorns, and I'm seeing one right in front here that is starting to possibly develop some thorns, so we'll pull that one. It's at about this size, and they're about, pencil diameter at the base, that we start to be able to tell for sure whether or not they're going to have thorns. All right, let's set that down. We have a bunch of the heart nuts, one little bur oak there, some black walnuts, some butternuts, shellbark hickory, some wild pecan, that's a northern pecan, beaked hazel, and lots of Chinese and Japanese and who knows what sort of chestnuts that Darren needs to come down here and label. I think there's a few American crosses there, but mostly they're like the Chinese chestnut types. A bunch of hybrid hazelnuts in quarts, some eastern hazelnuts, that's the native one, in gallons and quarts. Pears, lots of pears still. We've got Shinseki and Korean Giant. Lots of Korean Giant still, which is great. Sunrise, Honey Sweet. Oh, and by the way, wear boots, please. I think you will enjoy your time here a little bit better with boots. Red Claps, Magnus, Harrow Sweet, Potomac, Kiefer, Bosque, Shenandoah. Those pears are getting pretty big. They will be potted up to 2-gallon size here pretty soon. Persimmons, starting to look a little bit nicer. Still small, but we can tell which ones are gonna make it now for sure. Mount Roman Kosh. We've got a Lena, I think 2 Lena. Yeah, that one's also Lena. A Morris Burton. Not that Rosa Bianca did not make it, I don't think. Deer Candy, Wonderful, Evelyn. No, that Evelyn, that's a rootstock. But that Evelyn made it. That Deck King Crimson is finally leafing out. Osage, Geneva Red, 2 of those. Journey, it's a hybrid. Another Journey. Makusu, we've got 2 of those. 3 Makusu. And I think that's all we have at the persimmons right now. Those are a tier 3 plant, so those are $38 in the gallon size and $24 in the quart size there, I believe. All right, we have a few Chinese quince, Toya Nishiki flowering quince in gallons and 2 gallons. Just one of the smaller wild plum seedlings up here on the table, and down here we have a bunch of wild plum clonal root suckers and some seedlings in 2-gallon pots. Blackthorn, it's also called a slow plum. Got about 8 of those. some wild white peach seedlings, redskin peach, Raritan rose, Reliance peaches, Nanking bush cherry. This is an improved variety called Cherapoogie, and one just regular Nanking bush cherry in a 2-gallon pot. Apples, we're getting a little bit low on apples now. We have one Crimson Crisp on a dwarf fruit stock. That's the only dwarf tree that we have. Got a couple Winter Banana on semi-dwarf. Molly is Delicious on semi-dwarf. Liberty, one Red Free over there. And then with the larger apples down here, we have Red Free, Molly's Delicious, Chestnut Crab, and Hudson's Golden Gem. All right, other things down here with the larger trees. We've got some larger figs here, Magbar in 2-gallon pots. So those are 28 in the 2-gallon pots. Chicago Hardy in 4-gallon pots. Those are 42. Latarula, Marseille Black VS. I think that's it. Some more pears. We have Sunrise, Kefir, Honey Sweet, Potomac, Red Claps, Harrow Sweet, Magnus, and Shenandoah. And a few sweet cherries here. Just Sam is the only variety we have left in the sweet cherries. One Big Apple Cornus Cusa. Oh, here's some more of the flowering quince there in the 2-gallon pots. Some ginkgos, tubifolia male ginkgo, some it's a gold spire male ginkgos, Salem Lady female ginkgo, and I think we have an Eastern Star female ginkgo in a 1-gallon pot over there. Mulberries, we've got Miss Kim, Lucille, GH1, Korean Kakuso, white fruiting, and 3 red mulberries. Seedless Che or Chinese melonberry. We've got a bunch of those that are looking really nice. These are in 2-gallon pots for 36, but we also have a bunch of gallon size for 24. We already went over the apples. All right, around here to the pond stuff. We have a few of these little white water lilies. It's a native fragrant water lily. Some pink water lilies. Oh, I'm losing my words. Not water, the lotus. The American lotus are up, finally. They're a little later to get going in the spring. We have lots of lizard tail, some soft rush, the variegated sweet flag. Yeah. Horsetail, some duck potato, corkscrew rush, more of the American sweet flag, the plain green ones, spiderwort. We have both the pink and the blue is over there. Oh, look, do you see the bird? Oh, there she goes. We've got a little wren. nesting here in the spiderwort. 5 eggs. Some obedient flower, marshmallow. There's the blue spiderwort. Cardinal flower, glade mallow, swamp milkweed, scarlet rose mallow. I think that's it for the water plants right now. Pawpaws, we have lots and lots of seedlings. These are seedlings from improved varieties in quarts and gallon size, and the little 3-inch pots, which are only $4. Do we still have that Benny's favorite? Yeah, we do. We still have that one singular grafted pawpaw there, Benny's favorite, in a gallon pot. Amish gooseberry, Ben Conan blackcurrant, just the unnamed blackcurrant, Gloire de Sablon pink currant, Lewis R blackcurrant, more Gloire de Sablon, Tybin blackcurrant, more of the unnamed ones, Nancy May, and I think that's it for the blackcurrants. All right. We have the yellow groove bamboo, that's the edible one, as well as our native river cane bamboo, that's the ugly one. It's good for habitat. Good for habitat, not good for landscaping. Greel, biomass willow, the American pussy willow, an orange basket willow, gold corkscrew willow, dappled willow. Those are looking really nice now. Eastern Prince, magnolia vines, seedlings. These aren't the variety Eastern Prince, so we don't know if these are male or female, and you do need one of each for pollination. Cascade hops, we've just got a couple of those. Down here we have some silky dogwood that I need to find space for on the table, obviously. A bunch of Cornelian cherry dogwood, the Cornus moss, Cornus cusa, the Asian dogwood that looks similar to our native flowering dogwood. Some tiger tooth jujubes. Those are a tier 3 plant in quarts and gallons. More seedless che here, gallon size and 2 gallons. 1 Chulri che in 2 gallons and a couple of those in gallons, and 3 California Dreaming che. Muscadines, we are out of our pollinators now, but we do have plenty of females. We have Darlene, Summit, more Darlene, Supreme. I guess that's it. We should have more muscadines by the end of the summer. The bunch grapes, we have Steuben, Lenoir, and Concord, and Ives. Skirret, that is that perennial carrot type plant. Have tons of those in quarts. Some sunchokes, supernova, and I think we have some smooth red. Yeah, we have some smooth red left and some Nora. LSU groundnuts and wild groundnuts in quarts and gallons. Geneva 3 kiwis in quarts. A bunch of male kiwis in quarts and a ton of those in gallons. In the gallons, we also have the Fairchild male kiwi and Oppets male kiwi. And then female kiwis, we have 1 Ken's Red back there. We have a bunch of 55 female kiwi. We've got at least 1 Acai self-fertile kiwi in a gallon pot, and I feel like they're somewhere mixed up with all those males. I think there's another gallon assai. I need to look for that. And then Dumbarton Oaks and more Ken's Red. We just have 2 of the little native honeysuckles left. We still have a decent number of the maypops in quartz. 1 purple rose of Sharon. Ginkgos here, getting kind of weedy. Gold Spire, and Eastern Star female ginkgo. There's the native honeysuckle. I heard just heard a hummingbird fly off a little bit ago. All right, then up to the herb table. We still have a bunch of the Virginia bluebells. They're starting to die back for the season, though. Those are a spring ephemeral. Blue cohosh in gallons and quarts. Black cohosh and quarts. Golden seal. Ginseng. Spice bush. These are a tier 2 plant because they are grown from cuttings, so we know that they are either female or male. So we have a bunch of female this year and a few male. Some bellworts, those are also a spring ephemeral, and they'll be dying back here pretty soon. But we have those in the smaller pots for 4, as well as the quart size for 8. Smooth Solomon seal in quarts. The dwarf crested iris in quarts. Some Labrador violet there in quart size. Myoga ginger, both the variegated and the plain green. That's a really pretty one. You just eat the greens off of that. It doesn't make a usable root. There's 1 dianthus left. Some perennial sunflowers. 1 little pink yarrow. Some rue in gallon pots. Citronella balm. Either red wine or blue stocking Monarda bee balm. Kentucky kernel mint, Himalayan silver mint, oregano. We've got oregano mint. That's actually a mint, but it tastes like oregano. Arum gold creeping oregano and compact oregano. Zorba red flowering oregano. Some lime balm. Topaz, St. John's wort, a bunch of nice yucca in both gallons and quarts. The ornamental clover here, we've got a few different kinds, starting to color up pretty nicely. We have just a few of the Pink Fountains bush clover left. Candied fruit mint, rockin' raspberry dwarf bergamot, dwarf baptisia, that's what's blooming right over there, as well as the regular blue hybrid baptisia, which is what's blooming right here. Really beautiful. They are a little bit slow to get going. That one's a little bit bigger. But once they're established, they're totally bomb-proof and weed-proof. Kickin' lilac blue asters. That's a cultivar of our native aster. Some catnip and catmint. Chinese celery. That's a perennial celery. Lots of nice swamp milkweed in quarts and some gallons back there. Virginia mountain mint. Wild bee balm. Monarda, bergamot, whatever you want to call it. Some little gold star black-eyed Susans. That's again a cultivar of our native Rudbeckia. Lots of nice purple chives right now, some Roman chamomile, some perennial sorrel. That's the type that doesn't seed. The celandine poppies are getting ready to die back for the season. Another native spring ephemeral. Ostrich ferns in quarts and gallons. Sensitive fern in quarts. This purple flowering raspberry. That's a native shrub. It does not actually make usable fruit. Vernal witch hazel in 2 gallons and gallons. Evergreen wild garlic, as well as some locally sourced wild ginger. Did I just call that garlic? I don't know. Evergreen wild ginger. May apples in quarts and gallons. And there are those Virginia bluebells again, quarts and gallons. Okay, back here behind the greenhouses, we have lots more of the eastern hazelnuts. Those are ready to go out. They just haven't made it out there yet. We have a bunch of sour cherries that were just grafted, coming along nicely. You see those little buds starting to sprout. And we have a bunch of several more varieties of native shrubs that I just ordered in. Our native flowering dogwood. We have every other dogwood out there, so it's about time we got more of our native ones on the tables. Virginia witch hazel. So we have the vernal witch hazel out there, which is the spring blooming one. This one is the fall blooming one that's more commonly used for as a medicinal. And oh, this is exciting. We've been trying to get the American beauty berries for a while, and finally we're able to source some. So that's a fun native edible and really, ornamental shrub. Here in the cutting greenhouse, we have, let's see, what do we have that's ready to go out? These Natchez thornless blackberries will be ready by, well, I mean, they could go. Yeah, they could go this weekend. They were potted up about a week and a half ago, but they're nice, vigorous plants. We will have a few AAC Eden thornless summer raspberries, not very many of those. There are a few more sweet scarlet gummies back here. These are the seedlings of Crandall clove currant. They'll be ready to go probably in about 2 weeks. We have one that is bigger that could probably go. Some more Georgia red raspberries back here. We'll be potting up these Maypop seedlings sometime. I don't know, sometime soon, hopefully. Need to get to those. This is a bunch of Sochan, the cutleaf coneflower. That won't be ready to go for probably about 2 weeks, maybe 3. Tons of winter cuttings here. They probably won't be really ready to go until June. Other than these elderberries will be ready to go sooner. They're looking like they really want to be potted up soon. And we will have a bunch more thornless blackberries. These are all root cuttings that are sprouting up there. But that will be several weeks before they are potted up and established in their new pots. Royalty purple raspberry cuttings. Those are looking really good. But again, that's going to be midsummer before those are ready. And some honeyberry cuttings. More of the woodland stone crop cuttings there. getting ready to go. And I think that's all for right now. Um, and we hope to see you this weekend for Mother's Day sales. Happy Mother's Day. Bye bye.